Waterfall up front.
Everybody sees it, right?
Yeah, he goes, he wants to see something even better.
So you brought him in the back?
I bring everybody back here.
It looks like you got a pregnant fancy goldfish there. This is pretty fat, fancy goldfish. Have you been feeding them from pierogies? Welcome to living the Aquascape lifestyle. All right, I know he's in one of these houses over here. And there he is. All right, young man himself. What's up, Jack?
What's going on?
Happy Labor Day.
Labor Day.
The boss comes by on Labor Day to visit your pond.
Yeah.
You know it's a labor of love when he comes by to see your pond. Oaklawn, Illinois. Jack Packinski, the man who just got his first solo build, right?
Yeah, a little scary.
Okay, well, we're gonna see where it started, right?
Yep.
So I got the YouTube van. I'm out traveling on Labor Day. I don't know when this vlog is coming out, but it's Labor Day and it's a beautiful day. And I'm Greg Wittstock the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock the Pond Guy, and it's all about
The Aquascape lifestyle.
okay, and so we're watching how Jack lives the Aquascape lifestyle. This is gorgeous. So everybody knows what house is yours on the street, huh?
Yeah.
The landscaping looks great.
Yeah, so this feature, it started out with, we got the medium Pondless Kit. I think it was 3 years ago.
Before you worked for me or after you worked for
Before.
me? Okay.
So originally the basin sat right where that second waterfall is at, and then I realized that I wanted it closer to the sidewalk and I wanted a little bit longer. So I came
Shocking.
I know. And so I came in and I modified a little bit, made the basin a little bit bigger, added a longer stream to it, and
Yep.
then I added that small stack slate urn at the top.
Did you do the landscaping or did your mom, Michelle?
My mom did all the landscaping on the sides. I did all the plants inside the pond.
Okay, well that's kind of a good deal. I love all the butterflies flying around. And what do the neighbors say when they're driving down on their bikes on the road?
They love it. When I was building it, everyone was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
And then once I put it in, you would see all of them standing around watching it. When I redid it, they're kind of sad that I was tearing it out because I thought I was taking it out for good. And then I just said I was just making it bigger, and they've loved it ever since.
Which, the one in the backyard, how many times have you redone that one?
3 times.
3 times. I was going to say, multiple times. I love this little square spillway. You just did a little
Yeah, I
notch
added
in it,
this
patio
year.
pond. So this is new, huh?
Yep.
It's always got something new to do. So was this one of the products that we use in the Sandbox studio? You got a discount?
Yeah, I think so.
Not a bad deal, you get a discount. I love how you just got the gravel in there. So this is just a patio pond. And what I love about this with this little horsetail falls here is you just did a little notch out of that, but it's lit up at night. And I guarantee you the light hits right there and it just kind of echoes on the house, huh?
Yeah, that was the plants. Or I have a couple lights up in the urn and they dance up on the house.
Right.
And then I have a light on this bowl and that dances up on the front of the house too.
Hey, Michelle! Jack said he did all the landscaping. He said he did everything inside the liner. And you did everything out. Good to see you.
Good, how are you?
This is so fun to come out. Thanks for inviting me over on a Labor Day.
Hey.
There's nothing I would rather do on a Labor Day than visit my ponds.
Visit your pond.
Yes, super proud of this young man. Did you see his first solo build that just came out in Team Aquascape?
Yes.
You got to be proud of him.
I am very proud of Jack.
We're going to put a link below to Jack's first solo build of many. And then Jack, why don't I give you the camera and you take us and explain how you built this and stuff. I'm going to talk to your mom.
Usually you guys are used to seeing me on Team Aquascape, and now I'm here on Greg Wittstock the Pond Guys channel. Let me give you a little tour of everything. So starting on the top, guys, as you can see, I have this upper pooling area with a small stack slate urn right here. And so what I did is I actually have it's teed off. I have a spillway. A spillway is sitting right under that rock right there. And so that gives me my water flow up and through this entire stream. And then I have this stack slate urn just as an added element. 3-inch pooling area up on the top to start my waterfall. And then I have a nice simple sheet style waterfall right here, going into a small little pooling area, coming down into this area right here. And then I did the same thing in this area. I just carved out my stream area. And then I just carved out my stream down here, all the way down into here. And then right here, I actually have a pipe that's sitting right under these 2 rocks that runs all along this edge here, and that feeds this mystery falls here. So there's that mystery falls, and then the stream wraps around, comes along, hits that log over there, then falls underneath this rock, and then comes into this basin area right here. This basin is 6 Aquablocks, and I have a bib liner all along this entire Aquablocks, and it goes into the basin right under the bowl. And then I added this bowl this year with a little bit of sweet flag and a piece of driftwood and a little bit of gravel just to add some aesthetics. And then I have my basin right here. I only have 2 pumps on this, and I have a Ultra 2000 feeding this bowl, and then I only have a AquaSurge 2-to-4 feeding the spillway and the stack slate urn.
what the cat wants in. So she was out checking out the pond that Jack is gonna give us a tour here in a minute. Was it both of you guys, mom and dad, that built that pond? Was that before Jack was born? Or was he 4 years old or something?
Yeah, you were pretty little when we built that.
I think he was like 4 years old. So whose idea was it to build that first pond? Both of yours? Or?
Yeah, because we had a pond in our first house, just like a kiddie-shaped pond.
The preformed.
Uh-huh.
And then when we came here,
We had the room.
So
Wait, did you take that one out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you took that one out because of this one that you got plenty big enough now. The lilies look great, the hibiscus looks great, but your water hyacinths started to get attacked by a tomato bug.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but it's like the black worms. We've always found them on our tomato plants.
Uh-huh.
And they get in, and yesterday we were trying to figure out, I thought maybe when we had bought the water hyacinths, they were maybe a different kind, because they have always been a lot smaller. Then when I threw them into the bowl, those were getting big. So we were in there investigating yesterday, and we found a couple of worms that were eating away
At the water hyacinths.
at the water hyacinths.
So did you have a heron this year, Jack? Is that why the net's up? They didn't get the fish I gave you, did they?
No.
Which fish did I
get
give
any.
you?
Right there, that big orange one, or the big orange one with the silver on it.
That's the fish I got you?
Yeah, I got him when he was this big. He grew already a lot.
It looks like you got a pregnant fancy goldfish there. This is pretty fat fancy goldfish. Have you been
fish.
feeding them from pierogies?
Yeah, that fish just, we every year, what is it, Jack? We always think he's got,
Yeah, he's been fat like that for a couple of years now.
yeah, we thought he had something wrong with them, but nope.
So here's my one recommendation to you, Jack. Every time I come, it looks nicer because you're always improving it. It's a complete jungle back here, which is great. But next year, I want you to bring your mom home a tropical lily.
We had one last year, but this year I didn't grab one in time.
So next year we get you, how about a night blooming tropical, Mom?
Oh, that would be perfect.
Okay, so every time I go to a pond, I have to make one improvement. So the only thing that I would change is one tropical lily for a pond that's in full sun. But for full sun, you got pretty good water quality, and it's, I think, because of your filters and adding the bacteria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the marginal plants look fantastic. The hibiscus looks great. You would not think that we were, you know, in Chicago proper here.
Yeah.
I mean, people got to come back here and they got to feel like they're on vacation,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
is the point, right?
Yep, that's the whole point.
And
We
which
don't.
was true. Was it Thursday or Friday? I had a gentleman come down walking with his wife and his disabled son, and he loved Jack's waterfall up front.
Everybody sees it, right?
Yeah, he goes, "You want to see something even better?"
So you brought him in the back?
I bring him. I bring everybody back here to look at
Aw.
this. They loved it.
Not what they expect.
Yeah, they were back here for a good 20 minutes just admiring the pond.
Well, and it's the whole garden. I mean, how many years have you lived here now?
21.
21.
21 years, and the whole garden looks great. Birds come down.
Hummingbirds were in here yesterday, and we had the net on the pond at the beginning of the summer, but then all the dragonflies were getting stuck in there.
Oh, underneath it. So that's why I put the strings
So, and I
on.
was like, okay. And then we couldn't enjoy the fish, and
Yep, so the strings are worked, and you haven't had the heron come back, right?
we haven't had them come back.
Okay, so if you got a heron coming, strings is kind of like the least obtrusive way. You didn't hear this from me, but maybe you did. Paintball guns work too.
Yes.
You hit one with a paintball gun, they don't come back.
So as you can see in this pond back here, it's roughly 18 by 12, 2.5 feet deep at its deepest point, which is all down in this area. I have 2 fish caves, one in that corner and one under that spill bowl under there. I have roughly a 15-foot stream, 2,500 biofalls feed that's soon to be a 6,000 biofall. I just had to dig it in this fall. Before I even got to this point, the pond kept its shape, had a straight waterfall coming from right down where that lotus is. That's where it entered, and it came all the way to right where that other waterfall was at up there. And that was my very first waterfall that I put in. I had a small little split waterfall to the side right over there. And once I started getting more familiar in the pond world, and getting better with building with rock, with Wisconsin granite and everything, I ripped that out and I put in this waterfall, which before it had 2 streams, 2 separate systems, and then now I converged it into one stream. So I have that 2,500 biofall sitting up top. You can just barely see the edge of it, and that's because it's all planted with the hyacinths and the cattails and the rocks and gravel that I have hiding on it, sitting on that rock tray, and it just meanders around, starts up there, kind of just starts super small, chokes down, and then falls, splits in this waterfall, comes down, drops into this pooling area, and just comes around and then drops right into the pond right here. Now on this spillway, I converted it into a kind of like a mini wetland, and so I have layer of big cobbles, like the 6 to 12 inch cobbles at the very bottom, and then I went up with different layers, kind of like our big wetlands that we like to put in our bigger ponds. I just wanted to have that so I can have plants instead of just having an empty body of water there, which is nothing wrong with an empty body of water. It's just I like the planted look of it, and I was able to throw some hyacinths in there and some elephant ears. I know I touched on, I have the 2500 biofalls up on the top, and as you can see right here, I have an Aquascape Skimmer 1000, and I have a SLD 5 to 9 powering this pond, and that feeds just strictly the biofalls. And then I also have a Ultra 2000 feeding the spillway bowl up in that corner with 2 aerators powered by a Pro Air 60.
Always fun, family.
All right.
Abby, good seeing ya.
Thank you, Greg.
It never gets old visiting my customers, visiting my teammates. Super proud of this young man. I mean, he created this in his front yard and he's passionate. We are looking for passionate people in this industry. If you have a passion for water features, check out the link below to find a certified Aquascape contractor by you. If you have a passion and are looking for a new career, check out the link below to find the Aquascape Academy. Give me somebody with a good attitude, we'll train them for the aptitude. I love my job.